What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another episode and video of my podcast and YouTube in one. I hope you guys are having a good day. Welcome, it's Real Life podcast fam. Welcome, a word from J YouTubers. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. You can still share this podcast as well and give me feedback. Any of that is so welcomed. Okay. And what else do I want to talk to you guys about right now? I hope you're having a good day, good night, whenever you are watching this video. Anyways, I'm just real jittery today. I don't know why. And I'm always fiddling with my clothes. Like, who is tired of seeing me do that in videos or like fiddle with my hair? Like, I just like to look at myself. So let's get right into it. Learning your patterns, trying to figure out what it is that you're doing wrong, or why things go the way they go, because you might not be doing things wrong. Who knows? You never know. But you have some personal patterns. We have some personal patterns. I have some personal patterns. We all have personal patterns. Nah, just kidding. We already go into some questions before we get into it. We always do. If you haven't noticed, I be doing that. But some questions for learning patterns could be, how do I know I have negative patterns? Or what are some ways to let go of these negative patterns? Like, I want to let them go. I'm trying to be better. This is the journey of growth, and I'm with it. I'm on that journey with you guys. You may have started. Welcome. How are you feeling on your journey? Is it positive so far? I hope so, because if it's negative, you need to restart. Just saying. So, these can be deadly. Let's just put that out there now. But if you don't learn to acknowledge them, they can really be deadly. But once they're acknowledged, you find yourself doing a lot of self-reflection. I do this constantly. Self-reflection is good. Sometimes you got to go back and self-reflect after you've reflected, because you've missed some things and people are like, what's going on? Change is happening. Is it positive? Is it negative? I don't know. It's just weird. It's uncomfortable. What are we going to do? But for me, it honestly was not till recently with my last relationship. Like always, I feel like a lot of it became clear with this last relationship. I feel like it wasn't recently till that's when I figured out, okay, you kind of got some negative patterns and personal issues of your own that you need to sit your ass down and just acknowledge and reflect. So I did, because you might hear the saying, well, you can't get over the other person until you get a new person. That is so unhealthy. Whoever tells you that, tell them, shut up, because that is unhealthy. That is so unhealthy, especially if you move in an unhealthy manner when you do that. Okay, so with me, I took that saying and was literally using it up until this last relationship, when I finally said, bruh, I'm so sick of getting these same people. So something got to give. I can't take it anymore. I would go through relationships and be so heartbroken, never understanding why the person left me or acted the way they acted towards me or felt the way they felt. And like, when dating my last significant other, although I dealt with a lot of things that were wrong on their part, there's things that's wrong with me as well. And at first I would blame everything on him because I was not acknowledging my half, or I was too busy blaming him about everything and the stuff he was doing wrong. And then when he would talk to me about some of my issues and insecurities, I'm like, no. See, yeah, because no, that's going to be a no for me, dog, because you wrong. You wrong. Okay? You don't see no wrong in me. It's you. It's you. It was like a back and forth argument about that stuff all the time. With not just him, because past relationships is the same argument basically, just a different person. And so It wasn't always what he said or did. Having to realize that, though, took a lot of time. My personal patterns, I'm just going to name a few, consisted of like being judgmental, overthinking, choosing people to come into my life who never needed to be there, and never setting healthy boundaries. Didn't even know what healthy boundaries was. Okay, I'm over here like, what is that? Boundaries. We don't know those. But not knowing the difference between helping and rescuing, and that's another episode within itself as well, okay? Because let me just tell you, there's a difference. Being afraid of being alone, aka codependency, which was definitely an episode that has already happened, so I hope you enjoyed that, okay? But all these negative patterns that I carry throughout each relationship, now I'm not saying they came out of nowhere. They definitely sprang from somewhere. But where? You know, they stem from somewhere. But the problem that I never acknowledged of any of these was, dealing with these patterns. I never dealt with them. I barely acknowledged them, like I said. And so that was when I would just become. It was to the point where the problem was becoming too comfortable in those negative patterns, and we become used to the ways of walking through life, even though even though each time we became heartbroken again and again, it would hurt a little, if not more worse than the time before. And we don't think about that. We're too busy being hurt to really just we're noticing it, but we're not really, I guess, putting it in the correct words that it's supposed to be in. And so I'm here to do that if you haven't got to that point in your life. So eventually something makes us wake up, whether it's you snapping, it's a breaking point, and you feel like you just are emotionally distraught and can't take it no more. But we all get down to the point where we just can't take these negative patterns that we've gone through half of our life. And that's when we take a stand and become better. Spend some time self-reflecting. I talk about self-reflecting a lot because literally it's the best thing that you can do when it's about your mental health and you, and being able to get you at a place that you're really comfortable with being in. So learn your likes and dislikes. Learn your patterns. Learn healthy boundaries with these patterns. Create new goals for yourself and clean out all negativity. You need nothing but positive vibes, positive people, positive energy, positive music, positive foods, positive places to live, and just focus. Positivity all over you. Okay, literally. These are things that definitely I feel help, because when you surround yourself with these positive things, the journey of growth becomes easier. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to have moments where it goes up and down and you're just like, all right, what's going on? Because this is literally too much and I can't handle it and I feel like I'm back at square one. Don't feel like you're back at square one. It's literally just a bump in the road, and you have those. You know them potholes we be running over all the time. That's all it is. Just a little flat tire. It ain't nothing you can't fix. I think that once we acknowledge these patterns and realize, like, okay, it's not always one-sided when we're dealing with relationships or friendships. It's always two-sided. Somebody feels this way, the other person feels this way. But we've also got our own personal issues that are clashing, and we can't seem to figure out what is the problem. So, and this keeps happening in every relationship or friendship we get in. And so, what do I do about it? What's wrong with me? Why do people not like me? Why do people not stay long enough? What's going on? Is it me? Is it them? You know what? This is just them. I just don't even know what to do. Well, it could be both of you. And so I think I talk about this all the time because people do the self-blame thing as well. I do this with my last relationship. I literally did this constantly, blaming myself for like everything that was going on, the cheating, the lying, the emotional and mental abuse. But it's a two-sided thing. It's a point in my life where I finally had to get to the point of saying, look, it's not all just me. It's two-sided. And what you allow is what's going to happen. So then the healthy boundaries come into set after I've learned my patterns. I'm learning new boundaries, learning how to help and not rescue people. And the difference between the two, knowing when to say no when I'm not comfortable with something. And these are things that we tend to not think of, and sometimes it feels like the stuff that I talk about might be repetitive, but it all goes into, yes, the same aspect of learning to love and know yourself. And my process has probably been, I broke up with him maybe like, it's probably been 2 years now since the breakup and me being in the mental facility. And it's crazy how time flies, honestly, because it's like to the point where sometimes I be having to double check, like, was I asleep through life? Because I'm not understanding. When did that even happen? I swear that was literally just last week or some shit. It's been about 2 years, but the process has been up and down. It's been rocky, but it's nothing I do not regret. Because at the end of the day, I am happier, like, with myself. I'm at a point of confidence within myself, where my self-esteem is, like, so much higher than it was when it was low, even in high school with those relationships. And then it just got all the way to, like, -19 when I got with him. And so it's at an all-time high. I'm feeling great. My body image, I'm cool with it. I'm comfortable with it. And these are things that, trust me, my insecurities that I would have, I've always been personally comfortable with them, with myself and how I carry myself. It was others that they're not comfortable with these things. And with that is being the case, that's when all of these things that I talk about in these episodes and the videos, they play a role on focus on self and realize that once you are more in tune with self and your purpose and being good with self, trust me, all that stuff goes out the window of what somebody is judging you on that they don't like, because that just means that they ain't the person that you need or deserve. You need somebody that's going to be accepting of you just like you're accepting of them. And so just think about those things when you're, tuning into my videos. It's also good, by the way, to, take notes on the stuff I'm saying if they are helping you and stuff, because that's what I'm trying to make this channel about is, being here to help you guys and, like, help myself throughout the process as well, because I have moments where I get down and I'm like, okay, I got to go back to my video and practice what I'm preaching, because I'm going through the same shit right now and I just don't know what to do. Self-talk is good, especially if it's positive, not negative, but positive self-talk is always good. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. If not, I'm sorry. Let me know what I could do to help you if I can. Let everybody know if they're feeling down or they're in a moment like this and they need a little bit of encouragement. Let me know if I'm encouraging you. It helps me out a lot so I know what type of content to bring to you guys. But sometimes I also just make these videos for myself because it's helpful. It's therapeutic in my eyes. Oh, gosh, I'm looking really nice today, so I'm vibing. Positive vibes. I like to bring bright colors into my videos and stuff as well if you're watching on YouTube, because bright stuff makes me feel vibrant, happy, it's positive, Anyways, I don't want to talk too long. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed, and I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to seeing you and hearing from you in my next podcast episode or video. Bye.